What cheer, y'all? Welcome back to Right at the Wire. Well, what a race on Saturday. The Santa Anita Derby did not disappoint whatsoever. And we're going to take a look at it. We know who the players are. We know what the questions were, and I think we answered all of them for the most part. So let's take a look at the race.
And they're off
You see, everybody was
in the
away pretty
Santa
well.
Anita Derby. And a very even break. Citizen Bull is
Citizen Bull
flashing his
tried to get
badge
the
once
lead,
again
but
with the
not this
lead
time. I
from
mean, had
Westwood.
company.
And
Uh,
journalism backs off the top pair. Barnes will come from off the pace today. And Baeza is at the back of the field.
See,
So
Westwood just was not going to let Citizen Bull get the lead, and that was the question: could Citizen Bull respond to that or to pressure? And he just did not.
Journalism is down at the rail, joined by Barnes. Barnes takes third as they move toward the back stretch. And Baeza is
Journalism was a little sluggish, I thought, early on, but certainly made up for it later.
even terms with Citizen Bull. They race together as one. 2.5 more legs back to Barnes in third.
Baeza, I thought was going to be a little more forwardly placed early, but look what he does here. He gets right into the race, and he ran absolutely huge.
Journalism is down at the rail. Extremely compact field. There's a half mile left to go in the Santa Anita Derby. And it's the 2-year-old champ, Citizen Bull and Martin Garcia.
See, he's trying to get away, and he just can't.
Is now backing out of it. Baeza running a big race. He's clearly in second. Journalism is hard ridden at the back of the field, and the trailer is Barnes.
Barnes just had absolutely nothing. And frankly, I'm just happy to have him off the trail because we don't have to even wonder about him anymore. Citizen Bull, just no response.
Forges past Citizen Bull, and journalism is kicking into high gear. Journalism and Baeza.
Westwood was pretty huge to get third, but Citizen Bull just pretty much quit. Somebody met him in the eye, but look at that. What a horse. Journalism with a nice close and not his best, but he didn't need it. And onto the Derby. Well, he will absolutely be the favorite. So let's grade him out. So let's grade him out. Journalism, yes, I know he won the race, but it was not his best. That's for sure. He did what he had to do, so he's getting a B plus. He was a little slow to get going, I thought, and they did have to kind of get into him a bit to rouse him in the stretch. But hey, he did what a good horse does. I mean, he wasn't at his best, and he still won the race. Um, and it turns out he actually needed it. He needed a top two finish because the points are pretty tight down at the bottom. And there's going to be, as there always are, some good horses who are probably outside looking in because of it. But I thought, he did get it going when he needed to. You got to love that competitive spirit, and he's without a doubt the favorite going into the Derby, deservingly so. And provided he trains well, I mean, he's going to be hard to beat for sure. Citizen Bull gets a D because he did try to run his race, but Westwood wouldn't let him. And the thing I really didn't like at all is he just quit in the stretch. I mean, he couldn't even hold on for third. Westwood basically got third because he, kept running, essentially. So the question we wanted answered was, could Citizen Bull handle pressure? And obviously the answer is no. He needs a soft lead. And go back and look at that Breeders' Cup Juvenile. That race just has not come back very good at all. Nobody out of that race has really done anything. So Citizen Bull was the last one to maybe have some hope from that race, and we didn't. I might even be surprised if he even runs in the Derby. I think Baffert, he wants to have as many horses as he can, but you can't like Citizen Bull going into the Derby at all. Westwood, I thought, ran a great race. The two John Sheriffs really were geared up for this one. He gets an A minus. I mean, because for a maiden to go into a Grade One of this caliber and run the way he did all the heavy lifting. He pushed Citizen Bull all the way around the track, and he still hung in there for third. I think this horse has got a really bright future, and so for that, gets an A minus because he didn't stick around. It was a suck up third, sort of, but I thought he ran a very good race. Barnes gets an F. He did nothing. Absolutely nothing. As I said, I'm happy to have him off the Derby trail. I didn't like him anyway. He would have been a toss. In some respects, I kind of wish he was in the Derby so I could throw him out at a short price. But He's not a two-turn horse. He doesn't like to rate, or he can't. He needs the lead. We'll probably see him again in the Pat Day Mile, where he'll be a heavy favorite, deservedly so. I think he's got a horse with talent. It's just not around two turns. That's the bottom line. Baeza, I thought, was the best horse in the day, without a doubt. He ran phenomenal. I knew he was going to run well. I was pretty sure of it because this horse definitely had talent, but I wasn't sure he could run quite that well, and he really did. It was an excellently plotted race. Set at the back, let Westwood do his thing, soften up Citizen Bull, made an early move, and he, in my mind, he was just as deserving as Journalism to win the race. And I thought he was the best horse on that day, without a doubt. The real bummer to it is because it was a 5-horse field, he doesn't get 50 points, which would have put him automatically in the Derby. Now he's on the outside looking in. He's got a couple horses ahead of him. So even with defections, it's looking pretty grim. But I really hope he gets in. You'd have, in many respects, the John Shareff's runners were the best. Westwood and Baeza. And again, when was the last time you had a Santa Anita Derby without a Bob Baffert horse in the top 3? Really pretty surprising, pleasantly. And it was just a really good race. Bob Baffert obviously made up for it with the Wood Memorial and the Santa Anita Oaks, but that's another story. We'll take a look at the Wood Memorial and we'll assess it, grade it out. That was another race that I think answered some questions for us and provided some new ones, as a lot of times these do. We're going to wait on our top 20 list until after the Bluegrass on Tuesday. So Tuesday night, we'll likely have that up for you. So stay tuned for that. Got the Lexington to cover in Keeneland. We'll be doing both of those. And I think we're probably going to start looking at the, once the field is solidified, which probably will be after firmly will be after the Lexington, but probably after the Bluegrass, I would say. We're going to start doing individual profiles on all the horses. And then we'll do, as a lot of you guys know who have been with us, we do the elements of handicapping, form, class, speed, and pace. We will assess all the contenders based on all those 4 elements. And then, of course, we'll finally put it all together prior to the Derby. So plenty of content coming, so stay on the lookout for that. We're going to try to do some of that for the Oaks as well. So we'll have a whole lot of content for the month of April, so stay tuned for at Right at the Wire for that. Well, that's it from here. Again, if you do like content like this, please like and subscribe. Thanks to all of you who continue to grow the community. Keep the comments coming. Loving that as well. Even the ones that correct me, like Kevin, the pick 7 for Keeneland. I was kind of under the gun doing that one. So it is a pick 6. It's races 5 through 10. So you can throw out the 11, and that'll change the price of the ticket and whatnot. But, it's tough when you're under the gun. So anyway, that's all we got. I'll talk to you soon, and until then, be well.